This is BC's news leader.
CKNW News Talk 980 Vancouver.
All right, let's talk more about this pesticide thing. I got a couple of great guests for you. Jacquie Doherty is from Grassroots Choice Lawn Care in Kamloops. Hi, Jacquie. I know she's there. Let's go to Rob Fleming as well. He's an NDP MLA. Rob.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Rob, thanks for coming on. Did you hear my interview there with that guy?
I did, yes.
Okay. What is now the bill that you guys are proposing?
Yes.
It would ban the stuff that we were talking about, right?
In public and private spaces like lawns and playgrounds and yards and those sorts of things. Basically,
What kind of products would be banned?
Well, we're talking about, as your guest mentioned, 2,4-D, which is the most common. It's found in about 1,500 different herbicide applications.
Right.
So this will be consistent with legislation that now exists that covers and protects about 18 million Canadians in Quebec, Ontario, Nova Scotia, even Alberta next door to us has greater restrictions now.
But you heard what he said. This stuff, according to Health Canada, is perfectly safe.
Well, your guest didn't mention the fact that Health Canada's testing ability is limited. It's only done every 15 years. And, of course, it's unethical to test these products on humans in a controlled experimental environment. So maybe where I would agree with your guest, if we had a chance to talk directly, is that this really is about a precautionary health approach. There certainly is enough research now around the association between some pesticide products, and it really gets dangerous when they're used in combination with one another to things like leukemia, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, brain cancers, and lung cancers. And
where's the proof of that?
That's why the World Health Organization, for example, has approved precautionary legislation like that tabled by the NDP leader Adrian Dix, and you've got researchers that play.
So Health Canada disagrees with the World Health Organization.
Well, Health Canada does not test it directly. These are industry-reported studies, and they don't test these things in combination with one another. So, I mean, not to get into it too far, but I think it's fair to say that Health Canada does not have the resources and certainly does not have the quote-unquote robust testing environment that your guest has suggested, and it's not done very periodically.
Let me talk to Jacquie Doherty. Jacquie, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Jacquie. Thanks for being here. Now, you run a lawn care company in Kamloops, right?
Yes.
So you use these products, right?
Yes, and have for 24 years.
Okay, and your customers want these products?
Absolutely. My phone is ringing off the hook.
Oh, what are they telling you? Have your customers heard about this possible ban?
No, most people aren't aware of it. The general public isn't aware of what's going on.
Okay, so your phone's ringing off the hook because this is the weed and feed season right now.
Absolutely.
People want their lawns cleaned up. What do you think about this law to ban this stuff?
I think it's ridiculous.
Why is that?
Because it's not based on any factual information. The guest that is on the show this afternoon with me, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name.
Rob Fleming.
Mentioned World Health Organization, and I actually have a direct quote from the IARC, which is the International Agency on Research for Cancer, and it says, and this is published in 2007, very few currently available pesticides are established experimental carcinogens, and none is an established human carcinogen. Studies in humans have failed to provide convincing evidence of increased risk even in heavily exposed groups.
Rob, what do you say to that?
Well, look, the International Agency for Research on Cancer has qualified a number of these 2,4-D, for example, being contaminated with dioxins, are very clearly labeled as carcinogenic to humans.
Absolutely not. I will disagree completely. 2,4-D is not on their list as a carcinogen. You've got to keep saying that. It's not true.
It's because in its manufacture it can be contaminated by other dioxins, and frequently is. That's the danger here, is that people don't know what they're getting off of the shelves. It's not tested regularly. We simply don't have those health protections there. Look, Mike, this is precautionary legislation. There's enough out there that suggests that there's risk to Canadians, and other provinces have taken those steps. It's precautionary. Hey, if we're wrong, then I suppose we'll have some more dandelions, which actually might be better for the lawn care industry to treat. It might actually involve more work for that sector. But
let me ask Jacquie about.
If we're right, we're dealing with a major health risk here to our kids and to pets and to citizens.
Well, let me ask Jacquie. She's in the lawn care industry. So, Jacquie, if this law comes in and these products are banned, what do you think it'll do to your business?
We'll be out of business, guaranteed. People don't phone us to come and fertilize their lawns. People phone us fertilizing is a bonus, but people phone us because their lawns are infested with weeds. And I'm not just talking about dandelions. I'm talking about invasive weeds, creeping ground ivy. Some people call it creeping Charlie, creeping buttercups. There's all kinds of weeds that can get into your lawn that take over. And let's be clear, this isn't strictly cosmetic. We keep using the term cosmetic. The products we use are for the health of your urban landscape. That includes lawns, trees, shrubs. I don't spray lawns and trees and shrubs, but I do look after turf. And turf grass has many benefits. And I'm talking about a healthy stand of turf grass. It prevents soil erosion, it cools and cleans the air, it filters surface water, it reduces noise, it adds values to our home. It's not just about looking pretty.
Okay, Jackie, if they banned these products, couldn't you kind of just retool your industry and your services and go pesticide-free? Because I see ads for lawn care companies that, hey, we're pesticide-free and we'll come take care of your weeds.
Well, there was a company in town that was pesticide-free. It was a pesticide-free company. He was in town for 5 years, and he's since gone out of business. I have clients that don't want herbicide applied on their lawn all the time, and occasionally they'll phone up and say, you know, the weeds are getting bad. I do want you to apply it all the time. That's a misconception as well. We're not out there applying weed killer all over. My applicators go out, and the majority of what they apply on the lawn is fertilizer.
Okay.
And then we spot apply weeds only as needed.
Okay, here's what we'll do, guys. We'll take another break and then come back and get the phone lines going now. I can't wait to hear what people think about this. What do you think about the government considering a ban on these so-called cosmetic pesticides? So 2,4-D, weed and feed, Roundup. You won't be allowed to spray this stuff on your lawn. 604-280-9898. 1-877-399-9898, star 9898 on your cell. Welcome back to the show. I got tons of your calls. Let's get right to them. Kathleen.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing? Thanks
Good.
for having me on the show.
Sure.
Just wanted to say that I do agree with the gentleman that wants to have the ban on the pesticides.
Okay.
Health Canada recently just actually added mold to a carcinogenic level in their Health Canada guidelines because it's a biohazard and you can't test it on humans. So I totally 100% agree with this fellow. If one person's going to die from it, that's enough.
Okay, Kathleen, thank you for the call. Let's go to Scott. We got lots of calls. I'm going to try and get through them. Scott.
Yeah, I'm on my way to Rona right now. I see the writing on the wall. I'm going to go buy my lifetime supply of Wipeout so I can keep my blackberries from taking over my yard.
Oh, no, you're going to start stocking up in your basement.
Yeah, I'm
right,
going
with your incandescent light bulbs.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably a little more dangerous for me to have that stockpile than the effect of the residual effect in the ground. But nonetheless, they forced my hand, Michael.
Okay, Scott, thank you. Rob, when is this? You got a private members bill here, but the government, this is interesting, the government is indicating they might support this. Is he there, Rob?
Your caller's going to have to go to a different store, Mike, because Rona and Home Depot have already voluntarily withdrawn those products from their shelves. So they've shown corporate social responsibility by doing so. And, it really is, the argument here is about our rights to not have these contaminants in the environment to run off into your yard. A fence isn't going to stop that. It's really akin to the secondhand smoke argument. And this is a precautionary health measure that's been upheld by the Supreme Court of Canada. It's been fought all the way to the top courts in the land. They agree that while there may not be, they didn't argue it purely on the science, although there was enough of an association for them to suggest that it's totally appropriate for both municipal governments and the provinces of Canada to have legislation like this. So that argument's been settled.
But that wasn't, now hang on a minute, that was not based on science or the fact that these products were dangerous. That was based on the fact that municipalities do have the right to ban. So let's be clear. That was what they won. They won the right to ban, but it was not based on any factual evidence that these products are dangerous.
Okay, let's go to Chuck on the device. Sorry, Rob. Okay, let's go to Chuck. I want to get the other callers. Chuck.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived on a blueberry farm in Appalachians, and when they sprayed the ditches for the blackberries, which was a couple of Mexican guys, they killed all the blackberries and all the frogs and a stand of 6-foot or 100-foot cottonwood trees. I was impressed by how powerful the stuff was. But wasn't there an article recently in the Sun about pesticide farm workers and not changing their clothes enough and getting high rates of cancer? I never saw any follow-up.
Jackie, you know anything about that?
No, I don't. I haven't seen that study, but you have to be careful what you hear and what you read. A lot of the stuff on the internet is not quality information, I guess I could say.
You have to be careful how you handle these things, Mike, and that's the problem. If you ever looked at the print level, and you need some pretty heavy prescription glasses to read this, the problem is that people, no matter what the disclaimers are on the bottles or the containers that these products come in, they don't read them, and they don't handle them properly.
Okay, let's go to another call. Nick, what do we got in the open line there now? Stuart. Hey, Stuart.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question is, for the last 5 years, I have been spraying 14 pine trees in my yard with Savin, professionally applied by a company that goes after the pine beetle. Each time I do it, it costs me about $1,000, and so far I don't have any pine buds in there, and my yard, which is sort of in the interface area, is looking quite nice, and I don't have these dead trees. If I go ahead and if this law goes through and bans pesticides...
Okay, we're almost at that. Rob, would that stuff be banned?
There can be ministerial exemptions for that, of course, with infestations and invasive species, and also the agricultural and forestry sectors are exempt from that. So.
When is this bill going to be voted on?
That's a good question. I mean, Premier Clark has said that she's willing to work with the opposition on this, but that's the only detail I have. We're hoping to get debate on it in the legislative session. Okay, I got a feeling that this ban is going to go through. Sorry to tell you that, Jackie, but...
I hope you're wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Science prevails.
Thank you guys for coming on. Jackie Doherty. Thank you guys. Rob Fleming, NDP MLA. Jackie Doherty, Grassroots Choice Lawn Care. That's in Kamloops. We'll take a break. When we come back, $7 million. That's what this government's spending to educate you about the HST. Is that a waste of your money? Get set to call me up on that. That's next.